Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz's justifications for why Germany can't send Taurus missiles to Ukraine are being contradicted publicly by members of his governing coalition. Scholz is being called out for weakening Germany's reputation because the arguments he has been using don't stand up to critical scrutiny. I'm Dr. K, a political scientist that looks at how information is shared. Scholz's approach is not new, but it does damage his credibility and, unfortunately, Germany's too. For months, Scholz has not clearly explained why he's against delivering Taurus missiles. These missiles are capable of navigating over long distances without GPS support and have very exact targeting. Their range is over 500 kilometers. Both France and the UK have given similar cruise missiles to Ukraine. Observers in Germany point out that Scholz has said something like, these two states could do something that Germany can't, leaving the interpretation open because he refuses to explain what he means. So what is the Chancellor not saying? One expert points out that it's not plausible that Scholz is being given incorrect advice, which means that he knows what he has publicly said about why he can't send the Taurus system is simply not true. This means it becomes a matter of what he doesn't want to say. But are we surprised? In Germany, the word Besserwisser has been used to talk about Scholz's approach to communication. And while that translates to know-it-all, with Scholz, it's more of a combination of a non-gendered mansplaining and information gatekeeping. The idea that he knows better and that he either can't be bothered to explain or that the public and the press wouldn't understand anyway. A good example of this is a clip from back in 2022 when he was asked by a member of the press to expand on a topic.
Könnte ich.
Yeah, that's right. He said he could explain, but he wouldn't. Some say this is something that happens to German politicians because of the structure of Germany's political system. It doesn't push forward decisive and outspoken leaders, but more backroom operators. So if it's not true that he can't explain, it's that he won't explain. And then, when he does, his reasons are not authentic, which brings us to why. One German political scientist asks, what could be so important that Scholz damages his government and Germany's security reputation? Could Scholz be afraid that a shift in U.S. policy towards Ukraine and NATO, with the U.S. presidential election coming up and a possible Trump win, would leave Germany as Ukraine's biggest supporter? Right now, Germany is the second largest single contributor behind the United States, and Germany recently agreed to double its contribution to about 7 billion euro over the next decade. Germany's defense minister from the same party as Scholz, the SPD, has said that the country has to prepare itself for decades of confrontation with Russia. And if Russia prevails in Ukraine, its next target will be closer to Berlin. Is that what Scholz is preparing for? I'm Dr. K.